Hello and welcome to the unboxing of the Sony FDR-AX700. This is a Sony camcorder and today we'll just be going through what's in the box as well as some tips and tricks on how to use. So open it up first, we've got the charging cable. This comes in two pieces, both the plug point and the power supply. These two pieces of the power supply will need to be connected in order to charge the camera. Moving on from that, just to the left of that we have the Sony advertisement as well as any warranty leaflets. These should come in your camera box regardless. And then open up the main box, we've got the main bulk of the camera. So I'll be unveiling this now. I will be covering this later in the video of all the different buttons on the camera and how to use. So please note, this camera only comes with one battery. It doesn't come with any SD cards, so you will have to buy SD cards in order to operate the camera. Extra batteries are always helpful, just because it allows you to shoot for longer periods of time. The next thing in the box is the lens hood, which just attaches over the front of the lens of the camera. This is located at the back of the box. Then we have the eyepiece for the camera, which just slots over. This just allows you to see the screen better if you're using it outdoors. The last thing inside the box is the camera battery, which just slots into the camera. I'll show this further in the video. The final thing to note inside the box is just the user guide. This is a big page booklet because it contains many different languages, and just give it a quick read through to catch up all of the information you need to know about the camera. So we keep this camera in a camera bag. It's very good for safe travel and it's waterproof. We're going to cover what's inside the bag and how to use the camera. Let's actually get inside. First thing we've got is a lens hood for the camera. The next thing is an eyepiece for the camera. Boom, eyepiece for the camera. You just slot this on the back. And to be honest, you won't really use it, especially in this day and age with the LCD screen. So it's kind of like a forgettable thing, but it's always there in case you need it. Boom. Right, getting to the main chunk of stuff now. We actually have the camcorder itself. Now I'm not going to make a video on this just because it's quite explanatory. We have the battery at the back of the camera, which, you know, to be honest, you need to keep in. We only have one battery and the way to charge it is this port here. Just whack a cable in. We have a record button. When you open the camera, it should just turn on, which it has done. It will just take a little bit of a second, which, you know, can be a pain, but it should just turn straight on. There's also a camera power button here, so just whack that on. I've got everything set to auto, which is at the back, so whack it on auto, you shouldn't need anything else. Take your lens cap off, and boom, we're recording. You know, everything's on automatic. I've got my sound options here. I've got everything else. I can zoom in by pressing the zoom in bit there, a little piece of plastic that zooms in. The only thing that you do need to do is just like the A7 is head into your settings underneath the screen, go down the menu using a little joystick on your right, and you want to go into others, scroll down to media format and format your SD cards. The same process as the A7, you just want to do this making sure you've got enough space on your SD card for anything you need to shoot, as well as making sure the SD cards are properly formatted to the camera. So it's pretty much just a point and shoot camera. Nothing too hard to know about it. It's all on automatic, all shoots pretty well. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Close it, it should turn off. If not, just open it, press the power button inside, wait for it to turn off, and then close the screen. Attaching the lens mount is a case of just putting on, turning, and boom, you'll feel a click when it's in place. And all this does is it just keeps a bit more light out. So if you're in a really bright area, maybe whack on this. It might not do anything, it might do. But yeah, it should be quite helpful if you're in a bright area. The last thing in the bag then is just the charging cable. So located at the back of the bag, you've got some cables in here. Both of these parts are needed for the actual charging of the camera. So plug in, simple as that. It has positive and negative symbols on. So just open the port at the back, align the positive to go up, so positive towards the sky, negative down to the ground, plug in, and then plug this into your wall and it should just start charging. The only way that I've found so far to make sure to see how much is on the camera is by unplugging, opening the camera, and in the top right you should see the battery size. So 100% means it's full. Anything lower than that means it could do with a charge. I would recommend charging everything to 100 before you start shooting, especially if you're using this, because normally you're going to use this on a long conference that you need to forget about. So make sure it's charged, format your SD cards, press record. You should be good to go. And that's everything in the bag. If you need any more details, there is a small little leaflet in the back. Just have a quick glance through. Pretty straightforward camera, to be honest. I think this camera is a great starting camera. You know, it does everything you need to. You don't need to really worry about any of the settings. It's very much a point and shoot camera. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully that you learned something. Like I said, there isn't too much on this camera to learn. So hopefully everyone should be all right in using it. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.